Halestorm are back with a brand new single, album, music video, the whole 9 yards, with the song called Everest that's got a music video attached to it. This album is going to be coming out on August the 8th. I have not listened to Halestorm actively for like a while now, but good lord. 18-year-old Renz had the biggest crush on Lizzy Hale you can imagine, especially with like the content of her older songs. I mean, I'm literally thinking I've not listened to them since in the Strange Case of, which has got Mrs. Hyde on it. It's got I Miss the Misery. I Miss the Misery. What a banger. I think that song was on an old Guitar Hero that I used to play as well. Freak Like Me, just Call Me a Bitch Like it's just such a good album. I saw them live on that tour, actually. I think they were at Download, and she was a fantastic front woman. Yeah, no, honestly, I have a lot of time for Halestorm. I didn't like consciously stop listening to them. I don't know, kind of filtered out. It feels like they kind of like fell off the top of the pinnacle that they were on at the moment. Her name kind of cropped up every now and then, but yeah. So I'm actually quite looking forward to getting back and listening to this this new stuff. So I missed the first track, Darkness Always Wins, that came out, I don't know when, at some point previously. Don't think that one's got a video yet though, but they have released the title track, Everest, with a video. Yeah, this album comes out in 64 days, so plenty of time to release a few more of these as singles, maybe with music videos, who knows. But yeah, no, kind of cool. I'm looking forward to getting back on this Halestorm train, so let's have a listen to Everest. That's her brother, right? Pink hair, okay. It's a lot more like dramatic than I was expecting it to be. I don't know, I sort of expected it to just go straight out the gate with kind of like fairly classic style metal, but this has definitely got this kind of like more occult thing with her doing this kind of like quite high vocalizations, which is actually something I don't think I've really heard her do a whole lot of before. She normally sings from the guts. So I'm quite liking the sort of, yeah, the slower intro to start with the very kind of dramatic drum fill to kind of get us going. And also, I like his pink hair. Okay. Ooh. I was not expecting that to be the way that the song was introduced. I thought maybe it was going to go somewhere else instead, but that little sort of drum fall that went into there and brought the vocals in. So this is the verse structure as well. Nice little touch. I like that a lot. Her kind of stalking forward with the high heels and the guitar, very intensely looking into the camera, is like great visually as well. So yeah, no, setting up 30 seconds in, nice intro. You know what? It almost reminds me a little bit of Kashmir, the Led Zeppelin song. This kind of like slow building up, quite rhythmic, like sort of like borderline chant. She's not really singing at the moment. She's kind of like talking it, which is fine. I like it. But yeah, no, this like really big building up of tension. I'm really hoping that by the end of this song, we're going to get some really big gutsy screams coming out of her. I like that, Phil. Nice, and now we've got the doubled up vocals in the other ear as well, sort of like up an octave, I believe, which is like quite effective. It almost feels like someone's whispering in your ear at the same time. Okay. Actually slower for the chorus than I thought, more of an impassioned, like, kind of ballad feel to it. She's really singing, like, from the heart, it feels like, but I was expecting it to like pick up in pace, but no, we're keeping with this kind of like half time to dung going on there. She has now reached up into the higher parts of her register again, and she is definitely singing with a bit more vocal fry than she was in the verses, at least, but it's very much far from a scream. Again, I'm wondering whether this is gonna lead to something more, as in like more dramatic, or whether or not this is like, this is the culmination and they're going for that kind of like slow chanting build up kind of thing. Maybe it fits the sort of like context of the album. We'll have to see. I know they're not reinventing the wheel, but the chord progression for this chorus is really effective. It just has this really, again, it kind of just feels epic, just epic across the board. Her vocals are, again, sort of like doubled up with a few harmonies, but they're less intense than I thought they were going to be, actually. And seemingly comparatively heavy subject matter as it comes to it. She's not singing about getting off while someone else is getting off, you know what I mean? Ooh, okay. I love a guitar solo that doesn't feel the need to, like, overdo it. Just play for the song, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's a really nice tone there, and it kind of coming straight in, like, barely miss a beat before, you know, you come out of that chorus, and now you've got this wailing guitar tone, and it's not going very fast, but it doesn't need to. It services the song. I really like this guitar break. It almost reminds me of like Blue Oyster Cult or something, the style of this guitar solo. It's really, I mean, Blue Oyster Cult, one of my favorite bands ever, so, you know, I take that as a compliment. Okay. Honestly, going straight back into this very rhythmic, like vocalized sort of chant style verse from that really wailing guitar solo is really nice. So the contrasts are great. Also, quick question. How in the goodly f*** is she playing guitar with those nails? That is a skill unto itself. Yeah, she's definitely building up to like the actual instrumentation hasn't really changed from this one from the last chorus, but she is definitely digging in deeper with that vocal kind of grit and that passion she's screaming through. It's really effective. She's a very good heartfelt singer, which is something I have not really heard her do a whole lot before. I know this is probably because I am just not that well versed in old Halestorm. Like my knowledge stops like 13 years ago, but it's really nice to see that she's got this kind of like really gutsy, passionate voice attached to her nowadays. I do quite like her just behind her, like a bit of plastic with the nails, just kind of doing spooky hands. You know, I know that these kind of things you just have to do for performance videos to make them not like really boring, especially when you're in this kind of like genre. But it's part of me can't not think about what that looked like when they're filming it, and she's just there. It's like it makes me think of with the Avengers and whatever her name is, Scarlet Witch. And I remember her in an interview, the actress saying, yeah, and then they basically just tell us to do magic hands. You just do this a lot and trust that the CGI will make you not look really stupid. There's that guitar again. It really does make me think of Blue Oyster Cult. It's very reminiscent of some of their newer stuff, actually. They're just such a classic rock guitar solo, and I really like the way that the drums complemented that little fall, the ba-ba-da-bum that he did. They synced up really nicely with the rhythm section there. What is with this old dude? Oh, okay. Wow, I was not expecting that to transition into a bridge section so quickly, but it's really effective. Having those backing vocals panned into both ears straight away with like kind of smooth oohs going on there really, really brought that section into its own, like surprisingly effectively. It was almost jarring, but it wasn't. And we've got a chord pattern change, because obviously the chords have been quite simplistic up until this point, but that's completely fine. It services the song. And now I've got this rhythmic change, chord change, and having these sort of pan backing vocals means that the sort of production has changed as well. It was a very effective way of breaking up the song that was just this close to starting to get a bit repetitive. Wow, those backing vocals are great. It's actually interesting. I thought they were just going to do in the background, but no, she's like unchaining herself, and I think it's the left pan. She just absolutely freestyle screaming away. It's great. This added this like multi-layered kind of like almost canonized kind of vocal style for this chorus or this bridge, even, which I really like. It's a very smooth transition to get back into that chorus as well. And again, there are some more backing vocals on here, but I was right that they haven't really varied what's going on in this chorus other than her vocal performance. She's been able to show such a spectrum of powerful feelings and like, you know, vocal tones. She's gone from this kind of quite low chanting in the first chorus all the way to absolutely belting this passionate thing. I actually wish I knew what the song was about because it feels like it's hugely personal. She's doing more vocal flair in here too. Okay, nice little fold out there. You almost feel like you're being set up for a second, like a double chorus with the and then you just kind of fall out instead, and this piano comes soaring through, and she's now going very light and soft with her vocals as well. It's a really nice way to pull out of this very heavy moment, to kind of like let it not peter out. That sounds like it's a bad thing, but you know what I mean? To kind of like slowly come back down to earth. Lots of vocal effects apparently. Well, I really enjoyed that, like a lot more than I thought I was going to. It was like significantly more like, I don't know, serious and impassioned than I thought. Also just an absolute love letter to like proper classic rock, which is honestly where my taste sort of circulates and ends up sitting at most of the time. It's just that really like wailing guitar solo, passionate, powerful vocals, kind of like, you know, layered nuances. The song structure wasn't like that interesting, but it's fine because there's a reason why verse, chorus, bridge, chorus works. It's a very effective journey you get pulled on here, and the way that they're able to vary up the sections as they are repeated. So that chorus, whilst was like technically the same most of the way through, I think, in terms of like actual literal variation, but her vocals really sang through, no pun intended, to add that variation, that power, that build up. I think the backing vocals were sort of, if they were there in the beginning, they were mixed quieter, and they sort of like slowly got brought up with the passion of the song itself. Like the production there was like really good to be able to convey that too. I really like the guitar breaks, the first guitar solo, which was like quite short, but again, it was just like a really needed sort of like moment of some legato, which then like is thrown to stark contrast when you get back into the verses, which are very chanting and quite rhythmic, and then you get this like bridge that comes out of nowhere. I mean, it transitions off that really nice guitar solo, that second one, but it did a good job of shaking things up. The chord progression changes. You've got those like really nice backing vocals, which really did make a huge impact. You realize that those pans have been not neglected, but it was like, you know, quite a thick but simplistic sound up until that point. Final chorus was awesome, very powerful, and then that transition out just lets the piano come in there, and she softened up her voice again. What a vocal performance across the board. The music video was a performance video. It was fine. They're all quite cool people to look at. The guitars were nice. I enjoyed spooky hands behind plastic sheet. You know, you work with what you've got. I imagine that Halestorm are probably not in their prime anymore. That's maybe sounding harsher than I intended to, but my point being, I'm not sure how much money people are throwing at them for music videos at this point in their career. Who knows? Maybe they're about to have a huge resurgence. Maybe they never dropped. They fell off the map to me. But yeah, no, generally speaking, I was really impressed by that. I liked it a lot. I'm going to have to go and listen to Darkness Always Wins now, the other single that was already released, and see how that one sounds. If it's anything like that one, then I'm probably going to get on with it, and this album. So yeah, we'll be keeping a close eye. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is this a massive return to form for Halestorm? Did they never lose it? Let me know some tracks that have happened between the last album I said I've heard and this one. If there's some good stuff to cover, I would like to listen to it, because this impressed me way more than I was anticipating it. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Follow me in the socials, so that would be excellent. Like, share, subscribe, all of that crazy stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.